name's Marnie Schmidt, and I'm a real believer in operational excellence and quality. My mission is to help people like you build quality systems that improve both their product and their customer experience so that you'll be a believer too. In this series, I'm breaking down ISO 9001 by element and then line by line. I'm interpreting and translating sort of from the sometimes hard to understand language in the ISO standard to something that's a little more relatable and more easily understood so that you can communicate it within your organization. Whether you're building something from scratch or working with the management system you've already got, or maybe you're doing internal audits and you just want to understand the requirements of the standard better, this is what this is all about. In each video, I give you one good reason to trust me. And today we're going to be talking about change management and control of changes, specifically with regard to production or provision of products and services. I have a lot of experience with both document change control and blueprint change control, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In the previous section, we just talked about provision of products and services and all of the controls and things that have to happen when we're making the product or service that we take to market. In this particular section, I saved it, and this is going to be a short video, but it's really important. Section 8.5.6 is all about change and control of changes. So it's going to be really, really important that we take a minute and give it the emphasis it deserves, because it is so important, and it really can negatively impact your quality system if you don't control changes properly. It's really where things can go awry. So let's jump right into 8.5.6. Control of changes. The organization shall review and control changes for production or service provision to the extent necessary to ensure continuing conformity with requirements. So it just says we have to review and control changes. That seems like a pretty simple requirement, but a lot of companies really struggle with this, particularly entrepreneurial companies and companies who are very good and flexible and nimble. All of those good characteristics of being flexible and being innovative can also kind of get an organization in trouble if they're not controlled. So this is an important topic, making sure we review and control changes and not just do them willy-nilly. We like to do that, especially when we're under pressure from a customer. If the customer says, no, I need this fixed, I need this changed, that's all well and good, but we got to make sure we've got a system built into our quality system to manage those types of changes, specifically with regard to production and service provision. The next sentence, the organization shall retain documented information describing the results of the review of changes, the persons authorizing the change, and any necessary actions arising from the review. So this is another place where we are required to keep documented information about this. So whenever there's a change, it could be a change to a blueprint, it could be a change to a process, it could be a change to a procedure or a work instruction, it could be a change to material specification. There's a whole bunch of things that are strictly affecting our product and how we make it, and we need to make sure that we have a record of exactly who reviewed the change, what the nature of the review was, who authorized it finally, and then any necessary actions that we took from the review, like, oh, we found there was an error and we fixed the error, or there was a tolerance that wasn't correct, or whatever it may be. There needs to be a record of that and needs to be kept as documented information. So that is just because I wanted to make sure it got its own emphasis and didn't get buried in something else. We treated that one as its own separate idea. Next is 8.6, release of products and services. So now that we've made the products, we've gone through any sort of change management in the development of the product or in the life cycle of the product, and the next thing is just all about release. It's going to be pretty simple too. I think everybody pretty much understands this part, but until then, keep improving.